Your Detroit Lions won a playoff game. That's right. The Detroit Lions won a playoff game versus their old quarterback in Matthew Stafford, who tore it up in this game and looked like he could do no wrong. But with a laceration of his thumb and everything, he played through it. And this guy, Kapuka, wow. I knew he was the rookie all-time getter in NFL history for yards and stuff, but man, was he amazing in this game. But Detroit was better, winning their first playoff game in 32 years. Like I said, they were 0 for 9 in their last 9 appearances in between the last one and this one right here. Detroit had the ball with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in this game. They were up 1 point. Monty had a 3-yard run. Then he had an 11-yard catch and a juke of somebody and got 11 yards on that catch. And then he had a run which led to the 2-minute warning. And Detroit just needed 1 first down to end this game and take some knees. And St. Brown, Amon Ra St. Brown, whenever Detroit needed him in this game, he showed up and he caught one out of the 2-minute warning. So we dialed it up. I thought maybe run the ball, but it was the perfect time for this, and he caught one for 11 yards. And then the Lions took knees and won this game 24-23. This game started off with an amazing drive by Detroit. They got the ball first and went 10 plays, 75 yards, and took 5.5 minutes. Possessions were limited in this NFL game, which is a lot like what Michigan does. Go blue for the national championship, go Lions for winning a playoff. Man, Montgomery opened that drive with a 10-yard run, and then Williams had a 6-yard catch, and then Montgomery had a 5-yard run. Reynolds then had a 24-yard catch. He was big early on and often. Montgomery then had a 7-yard run. We were mixing it up. St. Brown got in the action with a 5-yard catch. And Laporta was healthy. He came back in for this game, had a nice block early, and this 8-yard catch. Reynolds then had an 8-yard catch. And then Montgomery had the touchdown run. Took him 2 runs from the 2-yard line to get in. 7-0 Lions. Los Angeles then got the ball, and they had a 5-minute and 4-second drive that only led to a field goal. Excuse me. Celebrate. Let's go, Lions. Oh, they won the division for the first time in forever. Now they won their playoff for the first time in forever. It's going to be different than Michigan. Michigan only had to win 2 playoff games. Detroit has to win 4. This was just 1. They have 3 more to go. So, man, but just revel in this moment. Michigan won. Woo! Michigan won. Detroit won. The Los Angeles Rams countered with a field goal, like I said. Williams had a 5-yard run for them, and then Nakua started his onslaught against our defense with a 4-yard catch. And on 3rd and 1, it was a pass interference on Branch, which gave them an automatic first down. Williams then had a 9-yard catch and then a 5-yard run. And then Allen had a 6-yard catch. Nakua then with a 21-yard screen and a personal foul on Detroit. The guy tried to pull a guy off the pile, which is a personal foul now, even though I think it was the right thing for him to do that because the guy on the pile was getting into his teammate, and that was not acceptable. So it set the tone, whatever. And on 3rd and goal, after 2 incompletions It was a batted pass at the line of scrimmage, and it was almost intercepted by Detroit, but the field goal was good, 7-3. And Detroit's second possession, Gibbs had a 3-yard catch, Reynolds had a 10-yard catch, and a roughing the passer for 15 more yards for Detroit. Gibbs then had a 14-yard catch off a play action for Detroit's 9th first down. And then a holding on Ragnow, so it was backed up. But Reynolds then had a catch over the middle and a run to the outside for 33 yards. Gibbs then on a delay after so many play actions that Detroit was showing, the delay worked beautifully for a 10-yard touchdown run for Gibbs. 14-3 Lions. And then the Rams. Stafford backed up and he sat down. It was a sack for Hutchinson, but because he was the first guy that touched him. But man, he wanted to get out of there. He backed up and sat down. He was touched. Sack. But it didn't matter because all the first drives for both these teams went for scores. On 3rd and 16, though, for the Rams on their second possession, Robinson had that 19-yard screen. It was beautiful. It was a catch and run for him, and they got the first down. And then Nakua with a 9-yard catch. This is the start of the second quarter now. Nakua with a 9-yard catch, and on 3rd and 1, he burned Sutton for a 50-yard touchdown up the sideline. He just stuttered and went by him, gone, touchdown. Stafford found him. It was 14-10. Now, the Lions still led, and they had an 11-play, 75-yard drive that took 6 minutes and 12 seconds to answer the Rams. Montgomery had an 11-yard run. Montgomery then had a 5-yard run. Williams had a 13-yard catch. Goff had his first incompletion of the game. And then Reynolds had a 5-yard catch and took a shoulder to the head. If that was college football, that would have been targeting. But it's the NFL, so it's different. St. Brown then ducks a guy after the catch. He ducked a guy and ended up getting 14 yards on that catch. Gibbs then had a 16-yard catch and run, and then the Lions got screwed. A neutral zone infraction. Oh, no, this is not where they got screwed. This is where I learned that a neutral zone infraction can go for more than 5 yards because it was for 6 yards on the Los Angeles Rams. I guess it's a spot foul. Every time I saw it, it was a 5-yard penalty, so I'm learning here. And then 2 runs were stuffed for the Lions. And on 3rd and goal, basically, that was stuffed. But on 4th down, and with inside the 2-yard line, Laporta says, I'm here. I'm back here. 2-yard catch in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. It was 21-10. The Lions led. That was an 11-play, 75-yard drive that took 6 minutes and 12 seconds. They are doing the Michigan playbook here, which I love. The Los Angeles Rams then got the ball back. Nakua had a 21-yard catch. This guy. Defensive holding gave them another first down. But on 3rd and 5, that was incomplete deep. And on 4th and 5, then, Stafford found Kupp on the sideline for a 6-yard catch. Stafford had a dart to Atwell then. Man, right over the middle, beautiful. And he ended up with a 30-yard touchdown catch and run. It was 21-17 then. The Lions were still on top. Neither team had a drive without points at this point. And I was thinking that, and I wrote it down, and I jinxed it. Because with 4:02 left, Detroit had a drive with no points. But this is where they got screwed. Gibbs had an 11-yard run, but Goff had a Goff moment and threw the ball backwards. Luckily, Decker was there to recover that fumble. And then Gibbs had a 10-yard screen, which made it 3rd and 15. And then St. Brown like I said, whenever we need him, who always steps up when we need him, had a 23-yard catch. And then it was another 3rd and 5, and Goff was hit. He's just not mobile, and he was incomplete. But on 4th and 5, there was a call that screwed the Lions. It was a false start that was called, but it was really a neutral zone infraction. The defender entered the zone and caused the offensive player to false start. They missed that call, and it's just, it's the Lions to screw up like Goff did, first and foremost, and then secondly, for the refs to lay it on the Lions and try to screw them on top of our own failures. So, but man, that's why I'm so proud of the team for this game in particular. Their first playoff win, but it was one that they just beat. They overcame all the odds. They had failures, and the refs were against them, and they won. By 1 point or not, they won. So, but it was a punt to Los Angeles's 10-yard line, and they held, so it was backed up to their 5-yard line, and with less than a minute left, they got a first down, but the clock ran out. So it was halftime here, and Detroit had a lead that was 21-10. And the third quarter start with the Rams getting the ball, and Robinson had a 14-yard catch. Hutchinson then had pressure on one play and then a sack on the next play, and the Rams called their first timeout of the half. And on 3rd and 11, it was incomplete. 2 Lions were trying to intercept that ball, and they got in each other's way. There was no pass interference. Don't say there was, Rams. They punted into the end zone, which gave Detroit the ball at their own 20-yard line. Detroit ran again, but deserted it in this drive, in my opinion. It was their 4th true drive, and Montgomery had a 4-yard run, and then an incomplete pass by Goff. But on 3rd and 6, St. Brown showed up again for this team for a 30-yard catch and run. And then St. Brown had a 17-yard catch. A delay for Gibbs was blown up for a 5-yard loss right after that. But Ernest Jones then sacked Goff. So we were way backed up. 3rd and 21 in this drive. Laporta had a 5-yard catch, which got Detroit into field goal range again. And Badgley nailed it. Long field goal, and it was 24-17 the Lions. Michigan Lions. They're the same team in my opinion, all right? They're physical. They have everything in place. They can do it all. So, the Rams then got the ball, and Williams had a 4-yard run for them. Rivers came in, and he was the guy because their starting running back was banged up. Nakua then had a 9-yard catch, and Rivers had a 7-yard run. Then Davis Allen had a 22-yard catch and a beatdown on some of the Lions defenders in that play. And on 3rd and 12, Kupp had a 4-yard catch to Detroit's 9-yard line. So Stafford then got knocked down and got stepped on in that play and went to the tent to get looked at, but he came back in. The field goal was good for the Rams. It was 24-20. The Lions still had a 4-point edge. They led this whole entire game. St. Brown started Detroit's next possession with a 10-yard catch. 2 runs were stuffed, though, and on 3rd and 6, Goff was nicked and went down. He barely got grazed, or his foot was stepped on or something. He went down. It was a 3 and out for Detroit. So I'm just shaking my head. He's not mobile at all. He really isn't, and that kind of hurts this team. But he is capable because the team around him is so elite, and this offensive line has to be the best in the nation for him to thrive, and they were for the most part tonight. Goff had a miraculous day. Dan Campbell gave him the game ball. So, I'm just a fan talking about what I see. I'm saying now that J.J. McCarthy is available, and he could be cheap and he could drop to the Lions pick. Just saying. I'm just saying. So, enter the fourth quarter. Dan Campbell decided to punt, and it was wise for him to do so, to the LA's 10-yard line. And after dumb confusion by the refs again, how much time is on clock? How many, where's the ball supposed to be spotted? All this and that, things that we already knew. They're just giving more time for the Rams to figure out what they're going to do. It's stupid. And Williams had a 15-yard run right after that. And LA took a lot of time on this drive to get a field goal, which is a win for Detroit on this drive. They had another 3rd and long, Detroit did, a 3rd and 8. Can they get them off the field? LA called their second timeout at that point. So on 3rd and 8, right after their timeout, Nakua had a screen for 9 yards. Who does this guy think he is? He was amazing. He was amazing in this game. Robinson then had an 11-yard catch for LA, and Williams had a 5-yard run to Detroit's 47-yard line, and then Williams to Detroit's 35 for 12 yards. Stafford to Nakua in heavy traffic, 4 people there, and he caught it for 22 yards. Then Detroit had a 3rd and 8 again, and it was incomplete finally. Finally, we had an incompletion on this one, and the 29-yard field goal was good. It was 24-23 Lions. They still had the lead, and it was 3 red zone trips for LA and no touchdowns at that point. That was the difference in this game. With 8 minutes and 10 seconds left, Detroit got the ball, and Goff panicked again. He was incomplete. Finally, we went back to the run, and Montgomery had a 6-yard run, and on 3rd and 4, it was incomplete. Why not run again? It was a 3-and-out for Detroit. It was a great punt again, though, by Fox to LA's 9-yard line. It was a 60-yard punt. So with 7:18 left, the Rams had Nakua is always amazing, and Stafford knew right where he should be and all game long, and it was no difference in this play right here. It was a 35-yard catch and run for him, and then a check down to Rivers for 15 yards by Stafford was good, and Kupp had a 6-yard catch. On 3rd and 4, there was a holding on LA. Wow, the first penalty they had, maybe. That was amazing. And on 3rd and 14, again, the refs gave Los Angeles extra time, but it ended up being incomplete. And with 4:15 left in this game, the Rams had to punt to Detroit's 7-yard line. And that's when, with 4:07 left in this game, Montgomery had a 3-yard run. We went back to the run. And then he had an 11-yard catch and a juke. And this is where I came on to this video with you in the beginning. Montgomery then had a run into the 2-minute warning. And Detroit needed just 1 first down to win this game. So it was back and forth. Amazing game. Amazing performances by both of these teams. Stafford was elite coming back, trying to beat his old team. But Goff and this whole entire team, up north Michigan tradition, won it. They won it. So next week, they have a home game again. And maybe Green Bay will take down San Francisco, and we can play them in the NFC championship game in 2 weeks. But next week, the home game versus whoever it is has to be a win first, like I said. You got to win 4 of these. 1 down, 3 to go. I can't believe it. The Lions are amazing. Let's go. Honolulu Blue. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Go Blue and go Lions.